something wrong, or if you need help, they're there. That's what they're there for. That's what they're used for. That's what they're paid for. So make good use of it. So class is number 1. Number 2, believe it or not, a DS game. And I'm not talking about a DS game that's in Japanese, because they also use words that are not very polite. But I'm talking about a Japanese learning game, like My Japanese Coach, and I'll make a review about this game in my next video. So subscribe if you want. And then on the very bottom is kyokasho, or books. Like, I'm not talking about reading books. I'm talking about textbooks. That's what kyokasho is. I'm sorry. Textbooks. And currently I'm in homeschool, and this seems to be a problem with a lot of people. They can't teach themselves. And the reason why sometimes you can't teach yourself is, number 1, if you did get a question wrong, you don't know how. You don't know why you got it wrong. Why did I get it wrong? What's going on? I don't know. I'm confuzzled. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. That's common with people who teach themselves, which is the reason why I would recommend either the class or the DS game. Because My Japanese Coach, which I will make a review, has like an electronic teacher, and she tells you what's wrong or right, and there's quizzes and tests and whatever that you want to take, and if you get a question wrong, you get it wrong. And you can always go back on what they taught you and be like, oh, that's why I got it wrong. Whereas if it was just a textbook, you know, you can get a little bit confused. Why did I get it wrong? You know, there's so many pages and paper, and it's a waste of trees. Think about it. So, that's the reason why books are on the bottom. But if you actually have the ability and talent to actually teach yourself, then good for you, and use books. I don't think they're the cheapest way, because, to be honest, that's another reason why books are on the bottom. They're very costly, because, okay, here's one book I have. Okay, so I have this one book. It's called Minna no Nihongo, and in order to learn, I think, effectively in Japanese, you can't always rely on one book source, on one kyokasho, textbook. You need many, and like my dad, he used to study Japanese, and he gave those books to me. There was like, what, 20, 30 books? Imagine how much that all cost. A lot. So, My Japanese Coach is about like $25, $30, and it's like all those books mushed into one little game, which is the reason why DS game. And class, you can rely on just one book, because there's a teacher there who can teach you every single area of what to use with that book that book can't teach you, and that you need another book to teach you on. So that's why class is number 1. But those are good ways. But if a book, you know, if you think that a kyokasho can work for you, then please go ahead and do so. But if it's not working for you, go up to a DS game. And you know, if not, the DS game. So if you, like I said, classes, take it. I highly recommend the class. And then second is DS, and then third is books. So let's see. Another thing for learning Japanese is learning hiragana and katakana. Those are really important. because just like English, if you have the ability to learn, you have the ability to get a larger vocabulary with reading books. Like Harry Potter, it's like that thick. If you can read English, you have the ability to get a larger vocabulary by reading just one book of Harry Potter. And it's the same thing with Japanese. If you at least learn how to read, you can read and get a larger vocabulary. Same thing. So I would start off with a really easy book, like a kid's book. Something usually this thin. They're usually really like this thin, and they all have hiragana and katakana in it. So that's the reason why you need to learn hiragana and katakana first. And most of the time, classes teach you that. My Japanese coach teaches you that. Some books teach you that. Most of the time, you need to buy a separate book to teach you that. That's the reason why books are at the bottom. They're very costly. I have 2 books here. Okay, I have 2 books. One teaches hiragana and one teaches katakana. This one teaches katakana and this one teaches hiragana. So, 2 separate books. So you need to learn hiragana and katakana. I think that's important. And then, so, yeah. But anywho, I think that's all I have for you guys, for today. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make the My Japanese Coach review. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, this Kanji Jiten book, it teaches you kanji, by the way. First grade, you learn 72. Second grade, you learn 160. And in 3rd grade, you learn 228. That's a lot of kanji, a lot of time, and a lot of patience. So, if you want me to make a review about this Kanji Jiten book, you can leave a comment. But seriously though, read and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go ahead and make the My Japanese Coach review. Bye.